Good morning, everybody. I wanted to quickly come on and talk about Jussie Smollett. Now, I had not said anything about this case because I was one of the ones that something didn't seem right to me. But I thought that my thought was that he probably was out like cheating or something, or a bad date that went wrong or something like that. I thought that the events were made up, but I thought that the cause of it was different. Like, I didn't think that it was just like, oh, a totally made up story. I thought that some of it was actually real and he just made up like the ending parts. Well, put the news around my neck. Yeah, I got beat up, all that. But what I wanted to really come on and talk about is his idea of being more prominent, getting more fame, earning more money in America today when you are in a victim class. His idea was that I'm black, I'm gay, and I'm being attacked by Trump supporters who are deemed racist automatically. So therefore, if I get attacked, I'll be famous. He took that and he ran with it. And if it's almost like Scooby-Doo, if it wasn't for those doggone good CPD, I would have got away with it. And honestly, if he would have gotten away with it, he would be looked at as some type of hero who fought back. And that was the narrative that he put out there himself on Good Morning America with Robin Roberts. He said, I fought back. I wanted to let everybody know that I'm not weak. So, he was framing his story. Here's my real point of all of this. What he did is not new. Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, Maxine Waters, Angela Rye of the latest, all these black activists since the 80s have been capitalizing on racism. Al Sharpton figured out a long time ago that America was pretty much past, racism. I'm not trying to say that racism doesn't exist. Of course it exists. It will always exist. But he understood even back then that it wasn't the main cause of black people's problems. He understood back then that it's not something that got swept under the rug. It's something that garnered a lot of media attention. It is a thing that catapulted him to being famous. The Tawana Brawley story. Her made up story about white men and a police officer attacked her, raped her, called her the N-word. The classic, all the classic racist things that black people are emotionally tied to. We hear these things and we're running to support it. We're running to denounce it. We're running, all those things. Jussie Smollett has learned from decades of playing that victim, playing on the emotional attachment to racism for black people. It is old. It has been going on for a very long time. The thing that black people do not understand is that we are no longer massively held down by oppression by white people. We are not. Look at how you interact in the world. If you're black and watching this, look at how you interact in the world. When you go out into the world every day, most of the time you have to come into contact with white people. Take a look at how other black people and white people interact throughout, in the world and society. When you step out of it and just look at it, you don't see this hatred. You don't see this, massive amount of racism just permeating through the streets of America. You just don't see it. It's just not there. the faster Black people can get to a place that we realize in our minds and in our hearts that it is us who are responsible for our futures. It's us who have the power to create the lives that we want to create. The faster we get to that mindset and we get rid of this thought that there is some white oppressor hanging over us that we cannot succeed, the less you'll have people like Jussie Smollett, and the more you'll have people starting to succeed in life. More Black people specifically. Because success is a mindset. I don't care what successful person that you talk to, their mindset is different. If you talk to a Black successful person, their mindset is totally different from someone who believes that some white man is holding them down or some system is holding them down, because your mind doesn't work that way. Whatever you keep telling yourself subconsciously, consciously, whatever you repeat to yourself, whatever gets down into your spirit, that's what you're going to pour out. So if you constantly tell yourself, I can't do this because I'm oppressed. I walk out of the door, I'm oppressed. I'm going to be shot because I'm Black, I'm oppressed. Even when the facts totally are against what you're telling yourself, it doesn't matter. Your life will start to produce what you're telling yourself. And if you constantly believe that you're oppressed, you're going to walk that out in your life. So Jussie is the culmination of the Al Sharptons, the Jesse Jacksons, who push this narrative that there is so much oppression, that we just can't get up. We're still at the back of the bus. And it is just utterly false. It's just time to realize that we are much further along than what we want to believe. I don't know why we want to stay stuck believing that we are way back here, way in the back of the line, and have no chance of moving forward. Why do we want to believe that? Why are we holding on to that? And it's not even true. That's the real trick of the enemy. It's not even true. It is not true that you cannot succeed in America. And let me tell you something. If you cannot succeed in America in today's time, then literally, I don't know where you're going to go, because this is truly the land of opportunity. If you can't do it here, then I don't know where you plan on coming out of poverty, because poverty is the norm for most people. I don't care what race, what country, wherever. That's why successful people and wealthy people are so fascinating, because it's not the norm. It's not you don't walk around and, see wealthy people every day, everywhere, because if we did, it wouldn't be that, spectacular. The reason why it's spectacular to see, the way rich people live and we study how they got their success and all these things is because it is spectacular. Being poor is norm. So, when you're in a country that gives you all the opportunities to come out of that poverty, if you make the choice to not do that in America, that is on you. You guys have a great day and be blessed. God bless you.